very dangerous situation with the tornado threat at night because you cannot see wall clouds and funnel clouds as easy, obviously. This is where we're seeing the most intense part of the cell. Now look at this lightning. Rarely do we see this much concentration of lightning strokes. We are due. It has been miserable this football season for the fans who have endured some very cold temperatures and of course several Fridays with rain, but that is not the case tonight. Just a gorgeous evening, and the crowd is now moving in. It may seem like it's been pretty quiet in the tropics the last few weeks, but we're already up to our 17th named storm in the Atlantic, and it's Rafael. Rafael is a strong tropical storm, and I have some breaking weather news to pass along to you. Outside of the tri-state, we have a complex of storms. You can see this line. I was talking about it at 4 o'clock. This is what we call a derecho, and this is basically a squall line of thunderstorms that can last hundreds of miles. We've had numerous, dozens and dozens of reports of storm damage, and in fact, I'm just learning now in Sparta, Kentucky at the Kentucky Speedway, estimated winds of 70 miles per hour. So we're talking about historic heat. Not only did we break today's record high, which was 102, we made it up to 106. The record high for June, any date in June, was 104. Well, what do you think of this weather?
It's nice, but
it's not too bad. Now, I guess my biggest question is, do you blame Jeff or Byron more for the rain?
I would go with Byron. Since he was the first one I watched this morning.
Perfect. I like this guy. Have fun. Have fun. But you know, I got to say, Jeff is also partly responsible for this rain as well. I am not, just so you know that, Jackie. And we are going to see even a few more showers tonight and tomorrow. But again, not a rain out. Don't let it keep you from coming down here.
Here's Chad with a check of the forecast.
I like how you guys are looking on the bright side. Yes, this morning, another very, very cold one. Yesterday, we had a record low. This morning, not a record, but certainly in that territory. Welcome back to 14 News Sunrise. The time now is 6:12, and we are looking at a much milder start. It's not milder. We're looking at 37 right now. Yesterday at this time we were looking at mid to upper 20s, so a big improvement there. 52 at lunchtime, 56 at 3 o'clock with a mix of sun and clouds. By and large, we will not see any rainfall today, but I say by and large because there is a small chance. 37 in Evansville, 41 in Madisonville, 36 in Washington and Vincennes, and a 36 in Fairfield. 14 dual Doppler is a dry scan here in the tri-state, but I am tracking some rain just down to our south, basically along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, and that is trying to move north, but it's going to have a hard time to do that. We've got high pressure still in control, even though we have those high, thin cirrus clouds continuing to move in. Clear skies off to the west. That track of the low will almost be due east. That means most of that energy will stay to our south, but a few stray showers are possible. Your local forecast for today, 56 for the high in Carmi, 55 in Olney, 57 in Mount Carmel, looking for a high of 56 in Evansville, 55 in Vincennes, 56 in Tell City. And again, we do have that chance for rain over western Kentucky, just an isolated shower or two. This is not going to be a big rain event for anybody. 55 in Madisonville and Greenville with 56 in Owensboro. Warmer weather still on the way for the weekend. I'll have the timeline for that coming up.
14 First Alert Forecast.
And welcome back to 14 News Sunrise. The time is 5:49. We certainly appreciate you starting your day with us. We are looking at a gorgeous day if you're heading out to the links. 33 right now, so very cold. You don't want to golf right now. It's too dark anyway. 57 at lunchtime with plenty of sunshine, and a 63 this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies. In fact, we're looking at a light wind out of the north, so just a perfect day to go golfing this afternoon. Visibility is reduced down to the south and east of the tri-state. In fact, that it does include areas of Muhlenberg County, Ohio County, and just nudging up to Hopkins County where you see the pink there. We've got visibility under a mile in some locations. A dense fog advisory to the south and east of the tri-state, not including any of our counties, but if you are traveling, certainly be mindful of that. Dual Doppler is a dry scan. We are looking at some chilly temperatures, though, to start off with. Once again, 33 in Evansville, 30 in Henderson, a 36 in Madisonville, 35 in Owensboro, rather, 32 in Huntingburg, 39 in Washington, Vincennes, and we have a 38 as you start the day in Olney. A live look downtown. Traffic now picking up along Riverside Drive. No weather problems to speak of. We've got temperatures right around 33 degrees and a calm wind, so at least there's no wind chill. The feels like temperature is 33, so you'll need the jacket as you head out the door, but this afternoon you'll be able to ditch it as temperatures rise into the 60s. Hour by hour forecast as you head out the door. Plenty of sunshine, a few clouds from time to time, but there'll be those high, thin cirrus clouds in the afternoon, and by the time the kids get back on the bus at 3 o'clock, no problems at all. This evening, a few clouds, but that'll be it. Saturday looks beautiful. Now, Saturday night, we will see an increase in clouds. clouds as we go into the evening hours. You see a little bit of moisture out there. That's going to hold off until late Saturday night, mainly into Sunday, and even Sunday it'll be scattered, so not an all-day rain. 63 today, mostly sunny. Some fog early down to the south with northerly winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. 71 on Saturday. That'll happen in the afternoon with temperatures peaking at about 4 o'clock, and then as we go into Sunday, that scattered rain chance that will peak also in the afternoon with a 30 to 40% chance of rain, but we'll have highs near 70. 70s stick around for the first couple of days of next week. Very unsettled though. It looks like Monday, especially the first half, plenty of rainfall around the area. Then drying out for the most part on Tuesday, just a slight chance for showers. And Wednesday and Thursday, that rain chance ramps up once again. Could see a few strong thunderstorms there as well, with temperatures dropping back to a little bit below normal temperatures with 60s. But 62 sounds pretty good right now. Like many tri-state families, the Kemps recycle as much as they can.
The majority that we use is recycled. Cans, cereal boxes, everything.
Living in the county, the Kemps don't have curbside recycling, so they make the extra effort to use drop-off sites. But like many people, they're not exactly sure where it ends up.
I'd like to think it goes where it's supposed to go and is being put back into something and reused.
Allied Waste contracts with the city to collect recyclables and sends that material to a not-for-profit organization, Tri-State Resource Recovery. There, most of it is sorted and sold to various industries and made into new products.
We do roughly 1,500 tons a month of both residential and commercial recycling through this facility.
But there's one recyclable in your blue bin that is nearly impossible for haulers to get rid of: glass. For years, Tri-State Resource Recovery hasn't been recycling it. They've been dumping it in the county landfill.
It did surprise me. I didn't like the idea that they were saying that they were recycling something and then throwing it in the landfill.
But Tri-State Resource Recovery has had little choice.
There just aren't as many places that will accept the glass that can take it and do something else with it, to recycle it and turn it back into another usable product.
Last year, Tri-State Resource found a local solution: D&L Innovative Materials. The company grinds up the glass and sells it to buyers, many out of state. Unfortunately, D&L managers say they had to stop accepting glass from Tri-State Resource because it's too contaminated. So we went to Tri-State Resource to see for ourselves. This is what we found where glass is dropped off: a sea of recyclables with some glass mixed in. The reason for the contamination is the way Allied's recycling trucks in Evansville are configured. Glass is the last compartment to be dumped, and any other recyclables left in the truck are dropped along with the glass. That contamination, along with the weak glass market, means most of the glass ends up in the landfill. Tri-State Resource Recovery says they're always looking for new ways to recycle glass and hope to resume the relationship with D&L in the future. Here's a sample of several county recycling programs. As you can see, many have city curbside pickup and most have drop-off locations, but only a few accept glass due to little demand for it. It's a problem Tri-County Recycling Alliance, made up of Henderson, McLean, Union, and Webster counties, has literally taken to the streets.
We turn trash to treasure here in our counties, and what we do is take the crushed glass and we use it in the underlayment of the roads in lieu of dense grade aggregate rock.
Henderson County alone saves about $90 a ton by using the glass this way. About 250 tons of glass annually is used in road projects in the area.
The glass is a very hard material, it drains very well, and the state has approved us reusing it. So we were actually the first in the state of Kentucky to be reusing the glass in that way.
Glass represents just a fraction of the thousands of tons of material recycled in the tri-state every month, so recycling is very important. Evansville Water and Sewer Manager Jim Gerard tells me he didn't realize the glass was being dropped off contaminated and will look into the matter. Allied Waste did not return my calls for comment on this story, but Gerard says the city's contract with Allied ends at the end of April, and they're looking at all of their options, possibly including a new recycling program. Chad Sewich, 14 News.